July 27, 2012. The London 2012 Olympic Games, which enveloped the world in passion and excitement, began. One type of visual imaging equipment played a very important role in the staging of the opening ceremony. An enormous house was erected in the middle of the stage. One after another, crisp, vivid images were overlaid onto it by projectors. A total of 26 projectors were installed in the stadium.
Just about every Olympic ceremony is trying to push the frontiers creatively and therefore technically, and we were no different. It was a very high specification that we needed.
These projectors were developed by Panasonic, a company that has supported the Games as an official sponsor for over 25 years. But it was actually the first time that Panasonic's projectors were used to help create the opening ceremony. While the opening ceremony took place, there were a group of men who were watching the broadcast anxiously in a hotel in London.
I'm very nervous. My heart is pounding.
The team had waited for this moment for a long time. Nevertheless, the journey was at times quite treacherous. Osaka, Japan. This is where Panasonic's projector business unit is located. Tetsuya Ieki, who is in charge of sales, was reminded of the sour memories from 4 years ago. The Beijing 2008 Olympic Games. What helped create the epic opening ceremony were projectors. The world was awestruck by the breathtaking performance.
I'm sure many of you have watched the Beijing 2008 opening ceremony before, on TV or something. But the dynamic performance was brought to life by using a wide range of large images.
There were many Panasonic projectors at the venues, but the projectors that were used to stage this opening ceremony were not from Panasonic. Ieki, who was in charge of sales in China back then, remembers the frustration he experienced.
It was a project I was put in charge of. And even though we were sponsors, we couldn't take advantage of such a great opportunity. So I felt mortified.
Why weren't Panasonic projectors selected? Simply because of the lack of brightness. The people in charge of the opening ceremony performance wanted super bright 20,000 lumen projectors. But the brightest Panasonic projectors only offered 10,000 lumens. Panasonic did not have 20,000 lumen projectors. This is a comparison between 10,000 and 20,000 lumen projectors. Even when images are projected over a short distance in a darkened room, the difference is clear as day. At opening ceremonies, a dynamic performance unfolds under open skies using lots of illumination. To project images into such an arena, they needed really bright projectors. But simply making projectors bright was not a very difficult task.
Is it technically difficult to create projectors of 20,000 lumens?
No, it's not. Well, it's not easy, but if we wanted to, we could have made them. But that wasn't the direction we wanted to head in.
This had to do with Panasonic's manufacturing philosophy. $20,000 lumen projectors developed by other brands had one large xenon lamp. But Panasonic had decided to combine 4 smaller lamps to create one stream of light. But why?
If you only had one lamp and it went out, the show would be ruined. If you had multiple lamps, even if one lamp goes out, the image would still be okay. That is a very important factor for us.
If there are 4 lamps, even if one doesn't work, the other 3 can keep projecting images. Their decision was based on what they viewed was key to projectors. But this made it impossible to make 20,000 lumen projectors back then.
Our client wanted a solution that involved the use of 20,000 lumen projectors. So we swallowed our pride and regretfully declined.
The team bounced back from Beijing and began developing a top-caliber projector.